Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Healthy Aging podcast. We are currently in season 4 where we are talking all about skincare. We've had some brilliant guests so far and this week is really exciting because we've got one of our really good friends coming to speak with us. So Susie, would you like to do the introduction of the lovely Sharon?
I'd love to do the introduction of the lovely Sharon. So as Lorraine said, Sharon is a very dear friend to both Lorraine and I. She works alongside us in Nu Skin, and this lady has got an absolute wealth of knowledge, actually, on everything that we talk about in healthy aging. She's a bit like Lorraine. She doesn't love the exercise part of it, but she knows all about it. But definitely her expertise would be in the skincare side. And so what happens, here's the thing about the Health Aging podcast. Lorraine and I are open books. You know, we share with you exactly how it is, and here's how it is. Our company, Nu Skin, is launching a product in the UK, which is collagen. It is already launched in America. It has, and actually the Pacific as well, and other regions probably. And it has done amazing. Actually, I don't know if it has launched in Pacific. Sharon will tell us that. It has done amazing as a product. The way people are feeling, the before and after pictures, it is incredible. Now, the thing with collagen is there's a lot of science behind it and understanding what collagen is really about. And sadly, a lot of what's on the market isn't doing what it says it's going to do. And so we wanted to educate people because of the incredible results that we're seeing and because of how phenomenal a product it is. We wanted to educate our listeners on this product, and Lorraine and I were going to do it, just the two of us. And then we realised, actually, we don't know enough about the product to give it justice. Sharon has been working in the US market for many months with this product. She's up to date with all the research with it. And we thought, let's just bring Sharon on. So she's been given 5 minutes notice. She's jumped on and she is going to share with us what she knows about our collagen product. And it's just going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to learning about this because I've been saying for a long time that I want to learn about it, especially in the fact that I do now live in America. And this will probably be one of the biggest products that I will promote in America and then in the UK when it launches in the UK. So Sharon, welcome to the Healthy Aging podcast. It's brilliant to have you here. And yes, we are going to focus mainly on collagen. However, we have to stay like routine. You know what I'm like with my routines? And we have to ask you, when it comes to skincare, what would you say your top 3 tips are for having great skin?
Oh, great question, because I'm now a total skin junkie, as they call it. I love looking after my skin. So the biggest thing for me is consistency. Having a consistent routine that you use every single day and you don't miss a day. I think that's one of the biggest things that I've seen the biggest change in my skin when you're using good products consistently. Second thing would be using products that don't have fillers in it, that are all of the good and none of the bad. And that was one of the reasons that I was very much attracted to this company. Because again, that's really important when there's science behind it. And I think the third thing would be good skin has to come from the inside out. So if you don't look after your inside, then your skin's not going to be as glowy or as radiant, or the texture is good if you don't look after the inside as well. So yeah, that would be my 3.
I just say super well done on that, because you didn't even know we were going to ask you that question. So I think that is testament to the fact that you walk. I don't know why I try and do this, because I always get these things wrong when I try and do those. That walk the walk. You don't just talk the talk.
Talk the talk. Yep, that's it.
Oh, absolutely brilliant.
So yeah, that would be my top 3, because I think good skincare, I always thought that I used the best skincare and my skin looked good, and everybody used to say to me, Sharon, your skin's beautiful. But then when I hit my 40s, like, there was those crow's feet and the skin was actually really dull, and I had a lot of rosacea and a lot of kind of marking on my skin that I didn't actually notice until it got better. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's not until you look at photographs. Photographs are your biggest friend. Do you know, to look at them side by side and go, wow, like, now I know what good skincare is, because I always say my face is my fortune. And it was something that I heard in a book, and I was like, my face is my fortune, because everybody says, oh my goodness, look at your skin. I don't need to do anything else.
When you first joined Nu Skin, like, I wouldn't have said you had good skin. Like you said, you thought you had good skin, but I wouldn't have said you had good skin. But that's because I was in the same position when I joined Nu Skin. You know, my skin was very dull. It broke out a lot. And it was old. My skin was old. There was nothing beautiful about it. But I wouldn't have said that I had bad skin because it wasn't all wrinkly. You know, so for me, it wasn't bad skin. It wasn't skin that glowed at you and sang at you. It was just there.
I remember. Sorry, just to cut in there, just 2 wee secs. But I remember the very first event that you said to me. You said, "Come along, and you will notice. You'll know that you're at a Nu Skin event because everybody's skin will be glowing." And I remember it was stuck in my head. And every event I go to, I'm like that. Oh, look at her skin. Oh, look at her skin. And yeah, it's so true.
Sharon, I've got a photograph of myself, Chris, my husband, my friend Sharon Whitehouse, who was promoting Nu Skin at the time, and her husband, Mick. Now, the four of us were actually in America at the time. I used Nu Skin, my husband uses Nu Skin, Sharon uses Nu Skin, and she had been doing her best to get her husband to use Nu Skin, and he wouldn't use it. And she took a photo, there's a photograph of the four of us, and I show people that photograph and say to them, tell me who doesn't use Nu Skin. And every single person's like that, Mick. So obvious. It is so obvious. Yeah. But you have had some challenges with your skin. It's took you a while. And I think people, when they change their skincare routine, they think that they change it and overnight it's going to look phenomenal, when actually it can take 3 to 6 months. And it's been, like what you said, consistent and persistent in what you're using to make those changes. And that has definitely been something for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think, I mean, so true what you say there. I mean, the first 6 months of changing my skin gets so much better. But as products developed, as I added new things in and changed it up a bit, then I noticed what was working really well for my skin. And that's the key, is looking and watching and making sure that you make those changes within the same product line. I think that's key as well, because one product line is there to build the building blocks on each bit, you know, not just this product for here and this product from there. And that's what causes a lot of inflammation, etc. And I was prone to that, but massively. A big part for me was hormonal. Like my hormonal breakouts, I was on Roaccutane. I mean, I had a real serious issue with my skin. You know, even although it looked okay, underneath it wasn't great. And it was these products that totally, as I found the right ones and the right mix for me, yeah, that totally changed my whole belief around skincare and being consistent.
And do you not think we're so lucky to be, sorry Susie, just going to say, like, you know, to have the confidence in the products to give them that time? Because I think so many people buy a product, they don't get the result like before the tube finishes or whatever, so they think, oh well, that didn't work, I need to move on to something else. That was me before. But then when you have a range of products that you know are 100% backed by science, you know that if you stay consistent with them, you will get the results. If you do need to add something in, if you need to take something out, there's going to be an alternative for you. And I think that's what I love now, that you have that confidence in what we use.
Totally. And I think I'll always go with the scientific research on everything that I put on my face now or inside the body. Do you know, it's like, you know, I'm the pure science geek. I'm like that, right, what does the information page say? And I'm like, okay, so this is a study that took 12 weeks. So I'm like, it's going to take 12 weeks. So let's use it for 12 weeks and see what happens. You know, there's no point in, just as you say, using it for 30 days and it's ran out and you're just like, okay, look, that's it doesn't work, or it's brought me out, or it's my skin's not the way that I thought it was going to be, or I've seen other pictures. Everybody's skin is completely different. Everybody's hormone levels are different. Everything's different, you know, so you have to go on your own journey, but you have to follow what the science says as well. You know, and we've got 75 really good scientists, you know, that we don't need to know the science, although I quite like to know a bit of the science, but they tell you where the clinical studies have been done, so just put your trust in it.
So then, Sharon, about 3-4 months ago, collagen launches in the US. It's a product that you're deeply interested in because of what you said about from the inside out. You've always been really big on the supplement side of our business. And lo and behold, collagen launches, and it is a product that promotes inside and outside. Now, all supplements do. However, our collagen is a beauty-focused collagen where the science, the research, the development, etc., has been with good skin in mind, but also of the health benefits for the body. Now, as soon as that launched in the US, you got straight onto it, you started using the product, you were finding ways to get it shipped across to UK, spending a fortune to do that. The transformation in your skin has been incredible, and you already had good skin. It's been incredible. Lorraine started using it a few weeks ago and had to get up. Lorraine, you share the story about what happened. I don't know if you've shared it again, but if you've shared it before, but share it again.
I've actually no.
So I'm looking forward to
I
this.
got up one in the middle of the night with Oscar, like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know what he was doing, toilet or whatever. So dealt with all of that, and as I turned round, I just caught a wee glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I was like, oh my goodness, how do I look like this at 3 o'clock in the morning? Like, my skin was glowing, I had no eye patch, I had no like dark circles in my eyes. I just felt as if I was looking at myself like years ago in the mirror in the morning. Like, it really was. I'm not saying it's like that all the time, but for that minute I was like, wow, check me out. And then it's like, what's going on? What's different? And then I was like, collagen. So it's just absolutely brilliant. So then I think as soon as you've got that, you've had your own result like that, you've got that belief and that passion about it, it's just like, right, when can we get this to all our people?
Yeah, I think
honestly, I loved it when you shared that, Lorraine. Yeah. I loved it. Sorry, Sharon.
No, I think the biggest thing is to remember that it's a science-based company first that's based on results. So we know that they've got the best skincare, we know they get the best devices, we know that they've got the most effective supplements. So they combined all three to give us that full beauty focus from the inside out and the outside in. So why would you not try it? And then it's just, as you say, you see the results really quickly, and it's just, your skin just takes on this glow as if you're walking about with like a lamp underneath you. Like, remember when you used to have the kid and you had the torch underneath? That's what it's like. You're like, oh, look at that. Well, anything to take edge off you. Yeah.
So with the podcast, what we normally do is those three answers you gave us at the beginning, we would normally delve right into them, but we're not going to do that today because we really want it to be collagen focused call today. So we're going to focus on that, and if we've got time at the end, we might go into your 3 other things. But I think we'll have so much to discuss about the collagen we won't need to. So Sharon, tell us about it. What is our product? What does it do? What's it good for? Tell us everything you know about it.
Right, okay. Get your pipe and your slippers and get a bucket of popcorn, because here I go. No, I think there's lots to tell about it, and I think to keep it simple, I'll try and keep it as simple as I can. There's so much out on the market there that it is no wonder that people are confused. People are confused by, is it 10,000 milligrams is the best? Is it that it's type 1 collagen is the best? Do you know what? There's so many different conflicting things out there, but when you actually look at the science, I'll go through some of that so that you can make an informed decision yourself, or your listeners can. All you need to know is the full science world is really excited about what we've just produced. That tells me a massive accolade to a company that it's the best on the market. There has been scientific abstracts that's been accepted. There is no other collagen product that has got that, as far as I know, to my knowledge. Most other collagen products will modify the skin texture or the collagen in the skin between 3 to 6%. Now, if you do that in a clinical science-based study, that will come up as inconclusive because there is not enough change in the skin to be able to say that this actually works. So that is where we have a total different, because from the baseline of when we done our study of all the people, the baseline of where their skin was, it increased the collagen by 65%. Not 3, not 6, 65. Then they added in the LumiSpa, which we've all got, we all love, we all shout about, and it went up to nearly 80%.
Wow.
So there is absolutely no comparison that I know of without even going into the science. That alone just tells you that it's one of the best products that's out there. So one of the biggest things that I needed to know for myself is why can I not go to Costco and just pick up a big tub that's got 4,000 in it, and it costs me 40 quid or something, And that's what most people will do. They'll go to a health food store, or they'll see it saying, this product's got collagen in it, and if you drink this, and here's the results. Collagen comes in many, many different forms. There's 28 types of collagen. So it's a bit like when you're doing other research into other plants, you can find that there's lots and lots of different variants, but you have to find the right one that's going to work for you. The main ones that people are looking for are type 1, which is going to affect like the hair, skin and nails. That's the main one. What you'll notice is that when people talk about collagen, they'll talk about maybe they've got the science to prove it. They don't have the science on the full product. What they do is they pick products that have been scientifically proven in their individual state to improve collagen. Then they put them together and say, our product is scientifically proven. But it's not, because it's the individual components. We actually done it on the full product makeup of it. When we done that originally, so this has been kind of 6-7 years in the process, when we done that originally, they noticed that there wasn't enough change. And there wasn't enough, it didn't just fire the scientists up enough to say, this is the best in the market, right? So basically they went back to the drawing board and they done it again. So now it's really about looking at what actually breaks down, how does the body absorb it, because most collagen molecules are far, far too big. Our body can't absorb them at all. So what we done was we got a patent for a hydrolyzed enzyme that basically breaks down your collagen. It's a bit like, how when all I can describe it as a dog's toy. The dog's toy, the rope that's all intertwined and they love to do tug of war with it. That's what collagen looks like. And then you can undo the strands, you can break them up, and some collagens will break them up. We go that one stage further and we break them up into 2 kilodaltons, which is the absolute best size that your body can take in. So again, we know that it's going right to the cells. It's wakening up the cells to say, we need to produce more collagen, because the body can do that itself. But again, it's giving it that extra stability to be able to do that, produce it so that it helps support the skin, because that's what collagen is. It supports the skin. If you're losing collagen, you start to get lines and wrinkles and your skin goes wavy. This is collagen basically packs it all back up again and says, okay, you're now going to be young again. So who doesn't want lots of that? So yeah, that's kind of the simplest way that I could describe it.
And one of the things, Sharon, that I learned that is just like an alarm in my mind, I loved it when I found this out, which you can maybe explain it a wee bit better than I can, was, so we know that our body loses collagen. So even if you replace some of this collagen, it's the body's natural way that you're going to lose it again.
Yep.
But our supplement actually has a bit of there's something that within our supplement that helps with that, isn't there?
Yeah, so basically your body from the age of 18, it's around about 18, 19, will lose 1.5% collagen per year. Okay, so what happens is by the time you're 60, you've lost 60%. Hence why when somebody gets to that kind of 50, 60 age, their skin, and they look in the mirror and they go, oh, geez, when did I get so old? And that's the bit that we want to slow down, because as you get older, it speeds up, because your body's not able to, it's trying to get proteins to the rest of the body. And I'm an ex-hairdresser, so when people used to come in with flimsy hair or whatever, that was the first thing that you looked at was the protein, because the hair is just protein, the nails are just protein, collagen is a protein, so you want to get that into the body and get it naturally producing it itself. We've got other ingredients that are the best ingredients that they found that produce its own hyaluronic acid, because the body does its own hyaluronic acid. You'll see other products saying we've added hyaluronic acid. You don't have to if you've got the best products or the best ingredients, because the body will naturally do it itself and have the best active component within your body. You know, it's not a foreign object coming in, you know, and then we've got like lutein, that's a super antioxidant in there that's going to help against blue light. So we're all in front of Zoom, we're all in front of our phones, we're in front of the televisions. I'm sitting here, I've got a Google Home which is shining its light on me. Do you know, all of that is actively stressing my body out and my skin, you know. So it's, again, we've just got these natural things that are going into it that are the best solution for the skin to slow that aging process and in most terms reverse it. That answer?
It's exciting. It's exciting, isn't it?
I love the fact that it's got the lutein in it as well, you know, just from that antioxidant status as well. And like, do other collagens, I don't know if you know, Sharon, do other collagens in the market have additional stuff in them? Or I've not looked at other collagens in the market, so I don't know.
So you'll find a lot of marketing will have, it's get this added, that added, that it's a bit like, I don't know in the podcast if you've covered like our vegan shakes, for example, where you're only looking at four ingredients, four true, pure ingredients, gives you the same, and it's got no additives in it. It's the exact same with collagen. So again, most collagens will have so much flung in it to try and make it work, you know, and to try and make it look better. And this is my view. I'm not a scientist, but again, I've sat in a lot of the scientific talks, that there's a lot of additives in a lot of these products, you know, where ours are stripped right back to it's only what's in it is only what's required for the body.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the key, because you don't need all these other things added in if you've got the active component that's the best active component that's going to be absorbed by the body. You don't need all these other things added to it. It's a marketing, it's clever marketing.
Yeah, and we've spoke about that a few times, haven't we, Lorraine, about the fact that people are doing clever marketing instead of actual science, and it is one of the biggest things that us three all know that most companies are doing. They're putting their money into marketing instead of research and development. And when we talk about that, I was actually on a call earlier today with the Europeans, because we're launching collagen into the European market, and we're getting prepared for that launch, and we were just talking about the clinicals. We were just, you know, that was one of the things that we spoke about, and what we were told was how incredible this clinical is that they've done. But actually, oh, sorry, you still got me, there we go. But actually, they're going to be doing more clinicals, because that's not enough for our company. Our company have spent, as you said, over 7 years developing this product. I don't know if you know the amount of money they've spent on developing it. They've done the clinicals, and they want to do more clinicals so that they can be at the forefront, as they always are with every product they bring to the market. And would I be correct in saying it's already started to win awards?
Yes, we have. We've won awards, and I think that's the biggest thing. You definitely said, you hit the nail on the head there. It's a $60 billion industry by 2023. That's what's projected. So people jump on the bandwagon with the word collagen because they know that it's an industry where people are spending money. People are already sitting up taking notice. So again, no matter what it is, they're going to slap the word collagen on it to try and get, it was like hyaluronic acid. If you think about that, 2 years ago, every movie star, every TV star was doing an advert with hyaluronic acid in it. You know, didn't matter what it was, our products got hyaluronic acid because that was the buzzword. Now it's collagen. And again, it's about going back. Now, I've done my own personal research for all these ones that come up on Facebook, that come up on, you know, your adverts and all that. Because once you start looking at things, you start getting bombarded. And I love it. And I go on and I ask for the clinical studies. And the only response that you get, and I'll say that you get very little response from a lot of the companies, but even the bigger companies that's using the bigger stars and are doing really well, when they send you their clinical studies, it's exactly what I said right back at the beginning. It's individual components trying to pass that off as their clinical studies. And again, it's like, we're going to win the awards because our product has got the most effective range in the clinical studies. It's got the best ingredients in it, and we can actually prove it, and the scientists in the scientific world are sitting up taking notice, like they do with every product that we produce. They want to know, what is it, how are you doing it, and how can you actually physically measure that that's working. And we're the only company that's got the biophotonic scanner that works alongside our collagen, that we can actually measure on every single person, is it actually being absorbed into the body. Nobody else can do that.
Yeah,
and like, sorry, Lorraine.
No, I was just going to say about the scanner and about the fact that we can do all of that as well. So yeah,
it's phenomenal.
The thing is that we spoke a lot in the podcast about the scanner and about nutrition. And we also have had a couple of skincare experts on who have said that the skin's the biggest organ, it's part of the human body, and actually what you put into your body will totally reflect on how your skin looks. And this is why it's important to eat your fruits and vegetables, have our vitamins, drink our water, all of those things that we know are really, really good for our skin. But then our added bonus is the fact that we have got our biophotonic scanner where we can measure the carotenoid levels to give you an overall reading on your antioxidant status. Yet that reading lets you see how well you are aging. And now with collagen, not only does it give you this phenomenal skin, but actually it is scanner certified, meaning exactly like what you said, Sharon, we're proving that it's absorbing into the body. So it is a win-win situation. You know, it ticks all the boxes for us as a company, for us who are promoting the products, but most importantly, for the consumer. The person that wants to look good, feel good, aging well, in the most natural way. I think it's just absolutely incredible. Is there anything you think we've missed about the full collagen subject? Like, why would someone take collagen? What would be the reason that someone would say, I want to have collagen? Would it literally be just so that you could have good skin, or would there be other reasons?
There's other reasons, and let me take it away from our product completely. So this is not a claim about our product. Collagen in general will help with hair, nails, skin, joints, the body as a whole, you know, the way the body functions. So collagen is really important for the overall function of our body. You know, 75% of collagen is found in the skin, 35% is found in the body. You know, so if you think about collagen as a whole, it's quite a big part of our body. So people will take it for different things, or they'll hear somebody saying, I'm taking this because it's helped with X. Now, I can't make any claims apart from skin when it comes to our product, but what I can say is that there is lots of other people having phenomenal results. And if you're on it every single month, you will definitely notice the results in other areas, because we can't just say, I'm taking this collagen and I want you to go to the skin today. I don't want you to go to my joints. I don't want you to go to my hair. I don't want you to go to my nails. You know, so collagen is in the body. It goes wherever it needs to go. So again,
definitely
that is
in my hair. Definitely, like my hair's feel so much thicker, and it's just like I don't know why, but I'm getting longer out of my washes.
Right. Do you know what I found it the most was my nails? And it wasn't until my daughter was a nail technician, and she went to do my nails, and she went, Mum, have you seen your nails? Like, she says, feel them. And like, now I can bend my nails and they don't move. Where when I was taking off the gels, they were like so paper thin and they were all rugged, and I needed to use the Dr. Dana to really like strengthen them. And now I can actually go longer in between. And that was where I seen it first. Then my skin followed. You know, so everybody sees it in different ways.
That's really interesting as well, Sharon, because I've been taking collagen now for 6 weeks, and you know I was just about to run out of it and had an absolute meltdown, and you sent me more, so thank you so much for that, to allow me to stay on it. And I haven't noticed massive changes in my skin yet. However, what really is interesting is my skin's looking good, but it doesn't look massively better. But look at what's been going on in my life the last 6 weeks. So I've had the most stressful period in a long, long time in the last 6 weeks. There's been a lot of personal stuff going on, which I don't want to share, but there's been a lot of personal stuff going on. I've moved from the UK to America, and it's been absolutely chaotic. I've hardly slept in the last 6 weeks. There's just been, it's unbelievable. I should be looking like I'm 80-year-old, and I don't. Do you know? So I'm like really, really impressed at the fact that, I've not seen massive results, but I still look good. Now, how big-headed is that? Anyway, my skin still looks good. That's what I'm going to say. But what I have noticed is 100% my hair. Unbelievable, the difference in my hair. And I've noticed it in my nails, but I actually don't get my nails done because my nails, it hurts me to get my nails done. So anytime I get gels on and I get them taken off, my nails are so sore, I don't get it done. So now that you've said that, I'm like, I'm going to try and get my nails done and see what happens when they come off.
Absolutely. And I think I took not well, as you know, for a couple of weeks there, and I hadn't been taking my collagen consistently. So that number one that I said, do your skincare consistently, I hadn't been using my Lumi Spa because I was in bed and I just wanted my duvet. That's the long and short of it. But what I did notice was my skin went that kind of grey colour. Do you know, the lines around my, like, it all started to come back. One hit in my collagen and my Lumi Spa, and my skin just, it was lit up again. And I was like, wow. And that's when you notice. You know, you'll notice small things yourself, but you will definitely notice one or other things first, and then the skin potentially might follow, or it'll be the skin first and the other things will follow. So definitely.
Yeah. Fantastic. Lorraine, do you have anything else that you want to ask Sharon?
I think so, no, I don't think. I think we've covered loads there. Like, I just love listening to how excited we all are here. It's just amazing.
Can I just mention something actually? Right, so this is one of the things, because I was a bit worried, and I'll just put it out there because the UK is getting the powdered form, and I think we have to address that. So the UK is getting the powdered form, where the US has got like small I call them rip, sip and glow, you know. So it's great because it's like, I'm super, super lazy when it comes to taking things like that. So if I can just grab a pouch and take it, then I'm fine. To mix it up, that's not going to be perfect for me, but for other people that might be how they really want to take it. So there's difference, and it's only because of the market. It's not that the product is different in any way. It is just the market trends show that Europeans and UK people like to mix things up. They've got more time. They like to do that. I'm like, I must be American through and through, so I'm moving beside Susie. I like to just grab and go. So when you see it coming out, it might be slightly different depending on where you're listening in from. I mean, even in Hong Kong, it's completely different as well. It tastes like fish in Hong Kong, and it's a jelly consistency. Oh, but that's how they like it, you know. So when they tried to put the peach flavour, they didn't like it. They wanted the fish flavour, so they got fish. We got peach.
That is hilarious. I just love it. But again, it was something we were talking about, and this is important, not just for our listeners that are listening to this, but for people that work alongside us in Nu Skin and Pharmanex, because this will be good information for them. But one of the things that happens is EU regulations are very, 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 very tight on what they can or what they will allow into the country. Now, because we're a direct sales company, we have got even bigger or tighter regulations than, for example, Asda, Boots, or whoever, you know, for what they can put on their shelves. And because of how proud we are of our science, we will only launch a product in a market if it's the best of the best, if it meets all regulations, and we're happy with it. Now, most products that come into the EMEA region from America have had to have a slight change in formulation just due to different things. So what that means is when we're promoting the product, we cannot promote it the way the Americans promote it because it's ever so slightly changed. So, of course, now that it's launched in America and we've been seeing results for the past 4 months and the results are incredible and we've been getting the science talks, my biggest concern was, can we talk about it the way that the Americans talk about it? And yes, we can. We can use their before and after pictures. We can use our scanner because exactly what you said, Sharon, nothing's changed other than it's powder instead of liquid. And so that for me is so, so exciting because we launched it in April. In America, I'll have already been going for 7-8 months. We'll be able to use all their data. We'll be able to use their before and after pictures. We will have a story to share, but because all 3 of us are taking it as well, because it was important for us to know how it felt for us to be able to speak to our consumers about it. So because we've got our own story as well, it gives us absolute belief, confidence and excitement, like what you say, Lorraine, that when we're speaking to people about it, We've got the best of the best. We know it works. And it's so, so exciting. I can't wait for it to come in the UK.
And it tastes amazing. And I think that's real key, because people that I've been speaking to that are taking collagen don't like the taste of collagen. Because,
really?
Yeah, so it's a lot of products out there are really vile to take. So people know that, or they believe themselves, the placebo effect, that it's working. And it will be making some sort of changes, but the taste is putting them off. And people who say to me, I'm not going to take it, I'm not going to try it because I've been taking some sort of collagen and I hate the taste of it. I'm like, here's a sample. I want you to taste it right here and now. And they're like, oh no. And I'm like, go. And they're like, oh, that tastes nice. So I use it as my 11sies. I think it tastes like a Black Forest Gatto, or I've trained my brain to say that it's a Black Forest Gatto. It's supposed to be peach. I don't taste peach. My mum tastes peach. I don't taste peach. I taste Black Forest Gatto. So I'm sticking with that.
I remember you telling me that the first time I ever tried collagen was in your house. You handed it to me and you said to me, take one of them, it tastes like a Black Forest Gatto.
Yep.
That's what you said to me. I remember being like, oh, okay.
But you
and I was like,
yeah, peach, didn't you? I was like, how'd you get peach for that? But anyway, everybody's different, I suppose. You don't like putting Black Forest Gatto into your body, that's what it is. I do.
Exactly. All I've done is eat cake since I arrived here in America. It's brilliant. I'm using the fact that it's December as the excuse. So, but I'm still working out and I'm eating my fruits and veg. So there we go. But I'm having a cake almost every day. So Sharon, where can people find you? Like, if they want to know more about Sharon Comrie, how would they find you?
So I have a website called sharoncomrie.training. And they can jump on there, and I write some blogs, and I also have a Facebook page or Facebook group as well that people can join. So that's how they can find me, but starting off at the website's probably the best.
And you're very big on community and empowering others, and you've created like a community for you and your team within Nu Skin, which is all about empowering, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. For even, it doesn't matter whether you're man, woman, whatever age you are, you have got empowerment. You can be an influencer just by being you. That is the power you have. You can influence somebody just by putting on a smile. You can influence somebody by giving a hug. You can influence somebody by just being there to listen to them and say, how can I help you? And that is empowering. So that is what I'm all about, 100%.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us today, especially with 5 minutes notice. I really appreciate it. And just look how gorgeous you're looking because you're using your collagen. You didn't even need to do anything. You just showed up. For people that are listening, you need to jump onto YouTube to see the beautiful Sharon. I know that most people do listen to the podcast rather than watch us on YouTube, but you can always go on there if you're wanting to put a face to the names that we speak to. You will find us on the podcast platforms. We are Healthy Aging Podcast. We are still talking about skincare. We've still got a few more weeks to talk about that. And then Lorraine and I are going to have a little break, I believe. I will be heading to the mountains of Nepal. And so at that time, we've decided to have a little break. We'll be back with you. However, that doesn't mean that you guys have a break. You've still got us for another couple of weeks. And of course, you can go back and replay and listen to any of our podcasts at any time. So thank you so much, Sharon, for joining us today. I really, really appreciate it. Lorraine, great to have you with us today. Seeing as you had 2 weeks off, I'm just going to bring that up to her constantly until I have to take 2 weeks off. And then I'll be like, so...
If I could have spoken, I would have been there, but you know.
I know, and you were devastated. I was speaking to Fiona, Sharon, and Lorraine couldn't make that one. She was absolutely devastated. And who was the other person I was speaking to that you missed?
It was Charlie from the Blair Academy. I was really looking forward to that one as well.
Amazing, it was absolutely brilliant.
Get to listen to them, so that was good.
You did. Brilliant. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Catch you all later.